Hey, 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 hey. I'll say that it's here. Jesus is King, the new album by Kanye West, has finally released. After all of the delays and complications and fake outs and betrayals and teases that Kanye at this point we just have come to expect he'll do. There's been a ton of leaks, both of studio tracks and also people like sneaking recording devices into listening parties and stuff, going all the way back to the albums from last year and beyond. I haven't really kept up with much of that at all. I don't really go out of my way to listen to leaks. It's just kind of too hard to feel like you've really pinned down or you have any sort of comprehensive understanding of what's going on. It's just way too chaotic. So I've just been waiting for this, a full official album release. We're going to listen to it. I'll give you some reactions. I'll probably take some notes while I'm listening to it so that I don't have to like talk over the music. Of course, I can't actually play the music for you, but I'll show you when I start listening to it, and then you can try to like sync it up on your own if you want to kind of experience it along with me. It's only 27 minutes long. I don't really know what to expect. Apparently, he's only making gospel music now, but then we see features such as clips. Then we also see features such as Kenny G. We see Ty Dolla Sign. I don't know. I have no idea what this is gonna be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm generally optimistic or pessimistic or what. As long as it just has that little bit of Kanye magic, though, I think it'll be interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just plunge right into it. I've been just very recently. I've been quite excited for it again. Last night there was a lot of talk that it would come out at midnight. So I stayed up until midnight, and then about a half an hour later, F5ing and stuff, which is always fun. But no, it was delayed a lot. Again, of course. Okay, let's give it a try. I'm pretty pumped. All right, ready? It why does that happen? It plays like the first 2 seconds, and then it like has to buffer music. Why didn't it just? Okay. Okay. Ooh, nice transition. Right? Nice. Hopefully my typing isn't too loud. It probably is too loud. I don't know. What? What? saying Bible verses. Ooh. Ooh. This is pretty good. What does that mean? Ooh. Ooh, I really like this. What? Hmm. These lyrics are gonna kill me. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Woo, whoa. What? Whoa. Oh, that's okay. That the producer tag there. Whoa. Is Anthony Clemens and Ant Clemens different people? I guess they are. I don't know. Ooh. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, uh, hmm. 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 Is that it? Where's Pusha T? More Pusha T, please. then. Hmm. Guess I would say overall I quite liked it. Um, at the beginning I was like really into it, really excited. I guess my my expectations were pretty low. Because I kind of just suspect these days that Kanye doesn't put actually all that much effort into his music, and that he does it sort of last minute in desperation in one gigantic manic episode whenever he realizes he can't delay it anymore. But a lot of the production on here is like so solid. I really can't imagine that that's the case. Um, Here, I guess we'll pull up this album art. We kind of discuss it some more. So yeah, at the start, I was quite pleasantly surprised, and then by the end, I felt a little disappointed that the rest of the album didn't measure up to the first kind of run of tracks, where there was just such an excellent contrast. He was bouncing between ideas that felt both very fully formed, fully expressive of what he was trying to do with this project, and also like very unique from one another. Like we start with this is kind of in line with what I thought maybe it would be like really complex virtuoso gospel music. Just lots of very talented gospel singers singing these very complex interweaving harmonies and stuff. Um, I was pretty impressed with that. Like that's not the sort of stuff I go out of my way to listen to as a genre, so it's always kind of like a nice treat to hear it sprinkled in Kanye albums, kind of with his really immaculate taste for pulling out these sorts of talents and really letting them shine. And then the transition into the second track was just fantastic. Like, oh, sweet, now we're just like right into kind of Kanye style hip hop stuff. And the way he was rapping, I was pretty impressed. Like, he was trying hard to have a flow and to have lots of lyrics. But like, it's just all about the Bible now. Like literally all the different subject matters that he used to rap about have all just become Jesus. And even when he goes on to another subject for like a line or two, he immediately like finds a way to weave it back into Jesus. As I said here, it's like he just like it's all still the same type of lines that he normally makes. Like puns, metaphors, small episodes of his life, except that anytime where he used to reference like a car or a product or a place or a celebrity or an incident or whatever, now those are all just replaced with Jesus. Which I don't know. I mean, that's fine, I guess. I mean, it was never necessarily about the subject matter to begin with. I don't know. I liked when track three came in, and just when you like kind of wondered, what about the old Kanye? I like the old Kanye. He hits you with the soul sample. I thought that was really nice. That it seemed like he was starting to anticipate kind of what he would need to put out right at the front of the album to hook people in, to convince people that yes, this is still Kanye West. Um, and yeah, like as I said, his flow seems much more high effort than it has been in recent years. Like it's clear that he crafted things more than normal. It wasn't just line by line by line. I think this is quite interesting. The short tracks on this album really impressed me. They didn't overstay their welcome. He kind of knew how to just maximize the impact of all of the ideas he had without kind of going to the well one too many times. To quote a verse from Late, or Gone, sorry, not Late. At any rate, to me, this is a good compromise. But what I miss is when Kanye was so confident in his ideas, not that he would go to the well again and again, but that he would escalate them, that he would say, okay, I already, like, this part of the song, I know people already love. I'm so confident that this first part of the song is like going to be stuck in their heads for weeks. I'm going to kick it up a notch. I'm going to do like a key change. I'm going to change the beat up a bit. And we're just going to like keep pushing, like past the part where that idea starts to wane out. Yeah, I don't know. Now it's like he seems to. It's almost the exact opposite, where he's like, "Oh, did you not like this one? Well, we'll do something a little silly at the end. We'll have kind of like a meme. We'll have something quite abrupt or just kind of a weird subversion, just so that even if you weren't feeling the song up until now, there's at least something memorable about it. It's like, oh man, where did that confidence go? Like, where did that feeling of like, I know goddamn well y'all feeling this shit. Where did that go? I really like the Trank 4 beat. That's not something I expected to hear on a Kanye album, but it was really interesting. It actually reminded me of the very start of The Roots, How I Got Over, which is a really fantastic album. Just that kind of like scat singing, the soft piano. Uh, the stupid Chick-fil-A hook I thought was like incredibly stupid. Every time he talks about how he should raise his daughters, how to keep his daughters safe and stuff, it just makes me cringe. I don't know why. It just feels so old-fashioned and patriarchal and paranoid and just it doesn't seem to reflect the Kanye I know and love. Uh, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it really feels like he needs like a meme on every track. And that what it used to be is that Kanye created memes just making good music. And, where do you even start with Kanye memes? It seems like every album births dozens and dozens that linger around on Twitter and other hip hop communities for years to come. And it wasn't that he was trying to make memes, they just like happened. But now it's like he's looking back at that success, and again, with this kind of what seems like a lack of confidence in his own music, he's forcing it now. He's forcing memes. This stupid Chick-fil-A thing, like what? To just try to make it memorable, to try to have that reaction happen again, that people will start quoting it incessantly and turn it into memes and stuff. I don't know. Lots of good beats though. The production really did impress me. It was just so much more solid than I expected. Like everything seemed so fine tuned, just so full and rich, and it has that really they thought out everything feeling that I expect from Kanye songs. It's just that the ideas that they thought out aren't as good as I hoped. So many Bible songs puns, more Bible puns this side of on song. Most yeah. Generally, I don't know, man. There was like a few lyrics throughout the whole album that I was like, oh, like uh, this is actually him really bearing his soul. This is quite moving when you fully contextualize it and think about what it means. The one that stood out to me was when he said something about I bleached my hair for every time I could have died. And then you kind of think back to all the times you saw Kanye with bleached hair and like kind of what was going on in his life at the time. And you're like, ooh, like that's it's haunting. It's I didn't expect to see something like that because that's not the sort of thing that we've like even in kind of classic Kanye albums. Those lines were sort of few and far between, right? And more it was about kind of an image and an aesthetic, and then the contrast of like breaking through that image with the truth. That was the really powerful mode of Kanye. And now it's the kind of the same thing, but instead of the image and the aesthetic and the lifestyle that he sort of subverts by eventually spilling his soul about how it really is, it's about like kind of the other side, like now I'm saved, now I'm a Christian, things are wonderful. I remember like before how scarred my soul was, how in danger I really was. And that kind of inversion of like it's not that you're seeing the illusion and then having that illusion subverted anymore. Now it's like you're seeing the truth and just like the pre-truth. I don't know. It doesn't have the same sort of dynamic. It doesn't have the same, but it is still very compelling. I don't know. I don't remember how to spell this guy's name. The guy that produced all those Playboy Cardi songs and a lot of other bangers. And his DJ tag, his producer tag is yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? So when they played that, I was like, whoa! Especially because I was really feeling the production at that moment. Yeah, so I don't know. I had listened to some of the Sunday service stuff. So if you didn't know, Kanye has been going out and doing these free concerts in public spaces all around America, mostly out in the West, where he just hires a whole bunch of choirs and musicians and gospel singers and stuff and they go out there and he does like this combination of actual classic gospel music, gospel reinterpretations of his own music, gospel reinterpretations of other hip hop songs and stuff. It seems like quite a good time. I haven't like sat down and watched a whole performance, but I've watched like specific songs and stuff I'm interested in. So I was kind of like vaguely thinking this album might just sound like that, but at the same time, I didn't really think so because it seemed like he really wanted that to be just like a live experience, like that it was important to him, this communal gathering and the power of it being kind of live and getting the audience involved and stuff. So whenever they did have kind of like gospel stuff, I was like, oh, so he's still kind of like weaving that in. But I was happy to see he had gone kind of beyond that too. As much as I liked the Sunday service music, I really do think a lot of it is just that the feel of its circumstances. I love Ty Dolla Sign. I love just the bass and the vocals and stuff. Yeah. Um. Yeah. There's the part where he's talking about all the stuff that Jesus is, and it's like not at all on beat. But I think I kind of like get it. I kind of get what he was going for with that. It's sort of like on "I'm Lost in the Woods." What's that song called? Near the end of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm down on my mind. And he goes, "You're my devil, you're my angel, you're my sinner, you're my sin, you're my now, you're my forever." And he's like totally disregarding the beat. Well, not totally, but you know, it's that feeling of relentlessness. I like a nice feeling of relentlessness that it's just pushing. Uh, yeah, I thought the beat on the water track was pretty cool. I was surprised at how long it went on at the end, though. Kanye on the Tiana Taylor album, the song with this really nice beat, and it looks like he's just kind of let the beat go for a little bit, and then he just goes no outros, and the song ends. And I thought that was really cool, but like definitely not the philosophy of this album. Yeah, then this is where the album starts really sagging for me. The longer tracks and the fact that tracks that are only 3.5 minutes started to feel like they were really stretching, dragging is not a good sign. I felt like all the times where the most compelling part of the music was supposed to be like the spirituality, like just the message of what he was saying, not like the lyrics necessarily, and not like the production, but the spiritual component of the message. Of course, that doesn't really do anything for me. Like I'm not a religious person, so I don't know, like that kind of stuff. I don't know. This track did sort of impress me. It had that nice relentless feeling. It felt like a nice complete arc, but not, I don't know, not like that exciting to listen to. Same with this one. This one was kind of different, as I said. It was like almost the opposite problems. The production was kind of cool and experimental, whereas this one, the production was mostly straightforward. But here there wasn't that like growing, relentless arc of things just kind of coming to pass. It was more just stagnant. I don't know. I don't know. This last one really felt like a 22 Million song, but with Pusha T on it, which I'm like 100% into. That's fine. They did the vocoder that Bonnie Bear used a lot on 22 Million. And then they had the kind of like tongue-in-cheek sax solo at the end with Kenny G. I don't know if it's tongue-in-cheek anymore. I don't know if Kanye is capable of putting his tongue in his cheek. This is like relentlessly sincere. Um, so yeah, that's another Bonnie Bear trick, the cheesy sax. So I don't know. I was very happy when that saxophone came in. I was freaking out, but in the end, it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think around here too, the lyrics started getting a lot less fun. But at the beginning, it sounded kind of like normal Kanye, as I said. But he found and replaced all of the normal references with biblical references, and that's like quite fun to me. I used to think the book of Job was a job. It's absurdity. But then it just starts to become more and more just like very standard gospel type, like very first draft, like Jesus Christ is his name, came to save us from this game. Jesus will never be lame. He's the one you cannot tame. I'm making this up, but it could be on the album. Like you wouldn't be able to tell. It's not really that creative. I don't know. So I don't know. It sounds good. It sounds nice. Like just nice production and stuff. The message of it, even though I'm not religious myself, it seems like religion is really kind of pulling him out of a dark place and giving him a lot of creative energy and inspiration. So good on him, I guess. And it seems like he's really portraying the messages of Christianity that I kind of appreciate of loving thy neighbor, of grace and forgiveness, and of just kind of seeking redemption and things greater than yourself and devoting yourself to a greater cause. Like that's all nice. Like that's a message that I hope a lot of American Christians someday get pierced through their fat dumb skulls. So I don't know, Kanye's contribution in making Christianity great again, for lack of and this is a severe lack. There should be a better way to put that. I don't know. I should probably stop talking about it. I'm gonna say something even stupider soon, I bet. Yeah, yeah, it's all right. I'll definitely listen to it again. Some of the moments just it hit me. It still had the Kanye magic, you know. Even if it doesn't have quite the Kanye confidence to just push it, knowing that he made something genius. He did still very much make something genius on a lot of these tracks. Just his sense of like how the dynamics of production should work, that cinematic quality, still really comes through here. Yeah, okay. I think that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this album. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion of it. Let me know what you think. Should I do this for more albums? I kind of want to. At the same time, it's like not that often that an album comes out where I'm confident I'll have a lot to say about it, you know? There's albums that come out that I'm pretty sure I'll like or I'm pretty sure I'll dislike, but it's not like an event. It's not like it has this kind of history behind it and like inherent impact that I want to talk about. I feel like this album will be very poorly received. I'll say that. I think people will focus on the fact that it's short, that a lot of the lyrics are bad. It doesn't have like very many exciting features. Like I thought the clips feature near the end was nice, but it was so short, and neither of their verses were that great. It was more just the sound of their voices is exciting. uh, yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of things to complain about, and that's for sure. So I don't expect this to really satisfy many Kanye fans or hip hop fans. But I hope they can enjoy those small moments of brilliance. But yeah, like it's like you got to talk about a new Kanye album, but most albums you don't feel like you got to talk about, and thus going out of your way to talk about it, it's like, well, am I even gonna really say anything? All right, that's enough. Bye bye. See you later.